بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. So we're on Hadith number 102 from Daily Hadith, and the chapter is This Should Worry You. This should worry you because of obviously the content of this Hadith and what it's talking about, because the reality is we might know what we're upon today, and we might, but we don't know if that's how we're going to die. And none of us knows the state that we're going to die in. And even if we knew, even if we were to know, like, okay, you're gonna die as a Muslim, you still don't know that your actions are gonna be accepted or not, and you don't know if you're gonna die on righteous actions that are accepted by Allah, or you're gonna be dying on actions that are not, that are gonna be rejected. And if your actions are rejected, and you end up in the hellfire, as a punishment, unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives you. So this is a reality that should worry us all, because we don't know. Like I said, we don't know. Even tomorrow, we don't know what type of state because as we know in the last days, what the Prophet ﷺ said, and yusbihu rajulu mu'minan wa yumsi kafiran, wa yumsi mu'minan wa yusbihu what? Alright, what did I say? Yumsi mu'minan wa yusbihu kafiran, wa yusbihu mu'minan wa yumsi kafiran. Yabi'u dinahu bi'ish, bi'arada min ad-dunya. So he said that he'll enter into the night as a Muslim, but he'll go in the night as a Muslim, but by the morning he's left Islam. Or enter into the morning as a Muslim, but by the night, he's left Islam. But why? Yabi'u dinahu. He sells his religion, bi'arada min ad-dunya, for like something from the dunya, from the life of this world. Some type of possessions from the life of this world. He sells his religion for. It could be possessions, it could be status, it could be whatever the case may be. But whatever it is, he sells his religion, and he leaves the deen because of this. And this is reality. So we don't know the type of state we're gonna die in. I watched too many people that were way stronger than me in knowledge, way stronger than me, and they left, akhi, way stronger, akhi. And I'm like, if he's going, I'm going after him. There's no way I can, what I'm saying, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala yahdi man yasha, because again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows what's in the hearts of the people, and because we know we know what's going on in our hearts, we ignore it, but we know what's going on inside of us. So this should scare us even more, because the reality is we know this is how the people view us, but we know us, we know what we're about, and Allah knows us better than we know ourselves. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows every secret that you hide within your heart. So, and that stuff comes out sooner or later. It will come out sooner or later. So this is danger, and that's why I titled this chapter, This Should Worry You. So this hadith on Ibn Mas'ud radhiyallahu anhu qala haddathana Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam huwa as-sadiq al-masduq. So he said that the messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he used the term haddathana. So this is where the ulama of hadith, they take the permissibility of using what haddathana wa akhbarana whenever they're narrating hadith, because you see Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, he narrated from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying what? Haddathana. All right, so haddathana Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam informed us, وهو صادق المصدوق. He is a sadiq, he's a truthful one. What al-masduq, which means what? He's been deemed as being truthful. All right, I don't know how did they translate this. How did I translate it? Because it's my book, I'm like, how did they translate it?
Truthful.
Yeah, the truthful, and the one who is believed by the people due to his honesty. So I explained it, and yeah. Because al-masduq, sadaqa rajulan fa hada rajul masduq. Masduq, it means that the people deem him as being truthful. All right. So he said, "Inna ahadakum yujma'u khalquhu fi batni ummihi 40 yawman nutfa." So he said that the people, he said, I'm skipping lines here. He said that a person from amongst you, yujma'u khalquhu, that the creation of him is brought together fi batni ummihi. And here the batn obviously is referring to the rahim, the womb of the mother. All right, the womb of the mother, 40 yawman, 40 days, nutfa. Nutfa is what?
Semen.
Yeah. All right, it's just like a drop of semen, right? He said, ثُمَّ يَكُونُ عَلَقَةً مِثْلَ ذَلِكَ. مِثْلَ ذَلِكَ, within the period of what? 40 days. Another 40 days, then he's like a alaqa. Alaqa because it's mu'allaq min ar-rahim. It's like a hanging, it's hanging down. So alaqa from the word alaqa, which means to hang. All right, mu'allaq, it means it's hung. All right, it's like you hang it on something, So All right, so he said مثل ذلك ثم يكون مضغة مثل ذلك. مضغة, it comes from the word مضغة, which means to chew up something. So it's like a chewed piece of flesh, a chewed piece of meat. So it becomes like this chunk of flesh, right? This meat, all right, within the next period of 40 days. All right, ثم يرسل ملك, and then an angel is sent to him. فينفخ فيه روح, and at this period of 120 days, then the soul is breathed into the fetus. And at this point, then the fetus becomes what? A living human being. So this goes back to the debate that these kuffar keep having, and in regards to all this garbage that they talk about with the abortions and all this type of stuff. When is a baby considered a baby? Well, we know when a baby is considered a baby. At this point of 120 days, once the soul is breathed into the child, to the fetus, and then it starts to, you see, that's when they do the sonic, what is it called, a sonogram or whatever?
Something like that.
The thing that they do for the woman to
They
choose.
put the thing on it, you can see
the heartbeat.
The heartbeat. Anagram. No.
I think it's a sonogram.
No, it's not.
I'll look it up online.
I know what it is.
Go to Google.
What do I even type?
And they put the jelly on.
Yeah, it's not called
baby.
No.
I know it's not called
Ultrasound.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Because they had to do that to him a lot too, yeah. Because it's not just for pregnant women.
Yeah, I know.
But so at this point, because the child, once the soul is breathed into the child will get a heartbeat. So they'll be able to pick up the heartbeat on this thing, right? So what is a sonogram? Look that up, man. I don't even know what that is, man. I'm just like saying words, random words.
What is it, like SONO?
I guess, I don't know.
Things with
Google will help you out. So he said, وَيُؤْمَرُ بِأَرْبَعِ كَلِمَاتٍ. So at this point, the soul is breathed into the fetus, and then then he's commanded with the angel is commanded with 4 things to be written for this child, huh?
It's the same thing.
It's an ultrasound.
It's ultrasound. It's the same thing.
See, I told you.
Yeah.
Y'all want to listen to me. All right, وَيُؤْمَرُ بِأَرْبَعِ كَلِمَاتٍ بِكَتْبِ رِزْقِهِ وَأَجَلِهِ وَعَمَلِهِ وَشَقِيٌّ أَوْ سَعِيدٌ. So his 4 things are written. His rizq, all the money, everything that he's going to be provided for throughout his whole entire life is already written at this point of 120 days in the womb of his mother. He said, وَأَجَلِهِ, his lifespan, how long he's going to live. وَعَمَلِهِ, and all the actions that he's going to do. وَشَقِيٌّ أَوْ سَعِيدٌ, and whether or not he's going to be from the people of hellfire or the people of Jannah. A shaqi is an unhappy person. Sa'id is a happy person. And the sa'ada or shaqawa, it comes at the time of what? At the time of death. Now what the Prophet ﷺ said, "Man ahabba liqa Allah, ahabba Allah liqa'ahu, wa man kariha liqa Allah, kariha Allah liqa'ahu." And when the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever loves the meeting of his Lord, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will love to meet him. And whoever hates the meeting of his Lord, of Allah, Allah hates to meet him. And this time is at the time of death. Because when the angel comes to the person and takes the soul out, bil bushra, فهذا البeliever, the believer, what? Yeah, يحب لقاء Allah. At this time he's ready, he's like happy, because before it's like we're all afraid of death. And we're all scared to leave our families and leave the dunya. I mean, this is something that frightens everybody, except for somebody who's psychotic and who doesn't think about these things. But anybody that's a human being is afraid of death. So it's not that because if I'm not mistaken, you can check it. It was Aisha radiallahu anha that asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam about this. About whether, because we're all afraid of death. He said, no. He said, this is about the time of death. When that bushra comes for the believer, he's happy to come out. He's happy to meet his Lord because he's got the glad tidings. But the kafir and the munafiq, when the angel comes to them, he's not coming with bushra. He's telling them to come out to what? Ila sakhati rabbik, to the anger of your Lord. At this point, kariha liqa Allah fa kariha Allahu liqa'ahu. And at this point, then they hated the meeting of Allah, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hated to meet them. All right. So this is the shaqiyya sa'id, the unhappy and the happiness. But sa'adat al-hayat, the sa'ada fi hada for dunya is what? The only happiness in this life is that the person is busy preparing for the next life. That's the only true happiness. Because in this life, you're only going to find temporary happiness. You might get something that makes you happy for a time being, but that happiness fades and it's gone. And that happiness is always followed up with what? Huh? Yeah, with ibtila'at, with, with mashaqqat, with, with difficulties, with afflictions, with sicknesses, with, so that happiness, la yadum. So whatever sa'ada that you have over something from the dunya, I remember I watched a person one time, it was so funny, akhi, the funniest thing, man. So one of the students I had before, a Yemeni guy. He's so happy, man. He just got a new Galaxy. This is when it just came out. This was back when like Galaxy was actually, people wanted to have a Galaxy phone, right? It's very expensive in Yemen. And he's so happy. He's like, yeah. And he dropped it and cracked the screen right then and there. And holding back laughter is like, but that's the dunya.
Yeah.
All of his happiness, what?
Yeah.
Gone.
It's
faded.
I heard what it was like a PS4 or something. Like some guy in Australia bought the first PS4 and he dropped it or he got stolen or something like that.
Yeah, it's short-lived.
Yeah.
And even if you have it, even if it doesn't, everything that we own that we get excited over within 3 weeks,
It's over.
it's just another part of our life, Akhi. Oh my God, I gotta get the new iPhone. Then you get the new iPhone within 3 weeks, it's just another phone. It's just another phone. It doesn't mean nothing to you anymore. It means something to you when you don't have it. But once you have it, so that's the dunya. So the only sa'ada, the only happiness that continues is whatever you get for the next life. Is what you're working for towards the next life. So he said, for وَالَّذِي لَا إِلَهَ غَيْرُهُ. So this he swore and he said, by the one which none has the right to be worshipped except for him alone. إِنَّ أَحَدَكُمْ from anyone from one from amongst you لَيَعْمَلُ بِعَمَلِ أَهْلِ الْجَنَّةِ. He will do the actions of the people of Jannah. حَتَّى مَا يَكُونُ بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَهَا إِلَّا ذِرَاعٌ. Until there's not nothing separating him from entering into Jannah except for what? A dhira'. What do we say a dhira' means? From the tips of the fingers? No, to the middle, to the elbow. Yeah.
An arm's length.
On arms, but it's really up into the elbow. Yeah. All right. So this is only thing. He's doing all these actions, and in another narration he said, "Fima yabdu linnas." Fima yabdu linnas. Bada linnas, it means yadhar linnas. Fima yadhar linnas. He said, and he's doing these actions of the people of Ahl Jannah, the people of Jannah, and what appears to the people. It appears to the people like he's doing it, but inside, he's not doing these actions of the people of Ahl Jannah. There's something that's not right inside. His heart's not straight. So he said, so this person, right, he gets to this point of a dhira'. فَيَسْبِقُ عَلَيْهِ الْكِتَابِ. And then what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written for him, it comes to pass. And all that stuff that's in his heart, that he's hiding in his heart, it comes out in his last part of his life, right? فَيَعْمَلُ بِعَمَلِ أَهْلِ النَّارِ. And then he begins to do the actions of the people of the hellfire. فَيَدْخُلُهَا. And then he enters the hellfire. And then on the opposite side, he said, وَإِنَّ أَحَدَكُمْ. And then one from amongst you, لَا يَعْمَلُ بِعَمَلِ أَهْلِ النَّارِ. So then you see another person, he's doing the actions of the people of the hellfire. Again, فِيمَا يَبْدُ لِلنَّاسِ. This person, he might, in his heart, he has a lot of nadama, a lot of regret, a lot of sadness over his sins, but you don't see that. You just see him doing what? You just see him smoking weed, listening to music, acting stupid, hanging out with girls, hanging out on the streets, and you're like, okay, this dude's done for, right? But there's something going on in his heart and things that conversations that he might be having with his Lord in the late night hours that you don't know about. So again, he's a little, an arm span away from the hellfire. Nothing that separates him from the hellfire, illa what? Dhira'. فَيَسْبِقُ عَلَيْهِ الْكِتَابِ. And then what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written for him comes to pass. All that regret, sadness, and all that stuff in his heart comes out. Then what? فَيَسْبِقُ عَلَيْهِ الْكِتَابِ فَيَعْمَلُ بِعَمَلِ أَهْلِ الْجَنَّةِ فَيَدْخُلُهَا. And then he begins to do the actions of the people of Jannah, and then he enters into Jannah. And this hadith is in Bukhari and Muslim. So there's no doubt that should cause a lot of, all of us to worry. All of us, because again, we don't know, akhi. And even if we were to live and be Muslim our entire lives, we don't know if our actions are going to be accepted until the time of our death. Until that angel comes to you and gives you bushra, you have no idea whether or not your actions are going to be accepted or not. So it's not a joke. It's not something that should be taken lightly. Allahu musta'an wa ila hana subhanaka wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.
what's the hadith of the one who